Hello my friends, welcome back to EVE Online with me, Mark from Dadex, and today we're going to give the Caracal a quick run. The Bellicose got the honour of running the Gamma site where shield tank ships enjoy a nice boost to their shields, what every ship does, but obviously it benefits shield tank ships the best. The other thing of note is that until 5 minutes ago this was a ham fit Caracal, and therefore I've had to reduce the tank for CPU and fit in general, so we've got a compact shield extender and we've got just the invulnerability field 1, the multispectral shield hardener 1. We've got ballistic control system 1s, and we don't really need this module in this fit at all, so this is very much in my little run what you brung category of ship fits. Let's see if we can do the job in a suboptimal fit. I will post in the description the proper fit I would recommend for running tier 2 sites in a Caracal. And I'd also recommend that you stuck to the Gammas, and if you want to run active tank, and we will look at active shield tank ships, that you run it in an electrical. We've also got the Vexor to run with Furia, so that's probably going to go electrical and then go into a Firestorm, because she likes her active tank. Anyway, we know the story, we're ready to go. Kinetic resistance is reduced, and scan resolution bonuses for everybody, so everyone's going to target and lock stuff up a little bit quicker than normal. That's basically the gist of that one. So in we go. Do or die 20 minutes in a special edition Caracal. Let's call it that, shall we? Final check on the ammo. We've got plenty of ammo. Final check and put the drones in their group, although there's only 2. Bit easier to manage, and in we go. Preloaded the Caldari Navy ammo, and I'm going to keep loading Caldari Navy ammo. I prefer it for the range. Unless we get a room with a battleship, I'll switch to Rage. Rage can apply to most of the cruisers and stuff pretty well, but I just like the range. It keeps the deeps off of us. Into the first room we go, fingers and toes crossed. Right, what have we got? That's 11 drone frigates. Okay, fantastic. We'll get moving. We'll get the resistance module on. They're already sensor damping us, but that isn't really too much of an issue. And we'll just start hitting these guys as and when they get into range. I'm not expecting too much in the way of horrible DPS from them, so I'm just going to get on with this room. Okay, I've sped footage up to 2.5 times speed, as we'll just crack on with this one. I'm keeping the drones primarily to go and get the boxes so the DPS from the missiles can stay on the rats. The reloads can be a little bit of a chore as they are in this room, but as I said, the incoming DPS isn't that much of an issue. As you can see, most of these drones are already battered. There are 3 towers in this room, one of which is the Automata tower. They threw through its effect and therefore took quite a bit of damage. You can deliberately try to kite them through that effect and get them damaging themselves. And there's one spawn where those towers are incredibly effective. We might have a look at one of those. I have got footage of it. It's a spawn that you get where there's some frigates and lots of drones. But the drones are the frigates drones, a little bit unusually. But the variety of spawns is one of the things that I do like. Even the ones that catch me out. So we're getting through this room very nicely. The reloads, as I said, they can feel like dead time, but the burst damage is so much better, as I demonstrated what happened when I came into a site with just normal, like missile launchers. You just don't have the DPS to break their tanks, etc, etc. So you get used to it, you really do. You learn to fly your Caracal to the rhythm of the rapid lights. The drones have taken a little bit of a beating, but they're alive, and as I say, my priority for them is really to take out the loot boxes, even if they contain really rubbish loot like that one. But it all counts. So we'll burn over now. Obviously we've got to keep one eye on the clock, but we've not even used a quarter of the timer in the first room. So things are looking pretty good. There's certainly no damage pressure off of that spawn. And that was over 5 mil in that last box, and about 7 mil, 7.5 mil in this room, which is pretty good. Right, let's fast forward until we're in. We've got that little bit of time if you want to take it to let your tank and your capacitor recharge. Make sure your reload's done. Obviously with rapid lights that's essential. Get your drones in, off we go. Right, we've got 4 cruisers, 1 tracking effect tower. So let's get moving. Resistance module on, micro warp drive on. The Sentinel, he will try to newt us out when he gets into range. I'm not too fearful of newting. I want to get the other guys off. They've got some quite heavy DPS. So I'm going to just go for those as they get into range. And I'm going to try and keep pulling range on them as and when I can. So I'm going to stick to the Navy ammo. It can be tempting to load up some rage and go in close, but if these 3 of these guys get in close on you, the DPS stacks up very, very quickly. So just to play it a little bit safe, I like to have the comfort of that option to pull a bit of range. And obviously if you've got you can't do a quick reload in the rapid lights, so I guess I'm playing it a little bit safe, yeah. So learning the names of the ships and what they can do to you and which ones you need to primary depending on your ships and its fit and its priorities is very useful to know. You want to know the ones that are going to be lodgy for the rats. You want to know the ones that are going to newt you, especially if you're an active tank and that is going to kill you. The ones that have got bonus DPS and that horrible battle cruiser that's got 4,000 tracking and one-shot drones. Stay away from that one. And the damage is building up on us slowly from these cruisers. We're getting newted out slowly, but as I said, I'm not really concerned about that. We've still got the resistance module running. I'm not burning the micro warp drive, so we are slower, so we're probably taking a little bit more damage because of that. I'm actually overheating the resistance module. They take a long time to overheat. As long as you do keep an eye on it, they burn out nowhere as quickly as launchers do. So getting newted isn't great, but I'm primarying the guys that are just hitting me. If you were active tank, for sure, you would want to kill the guy that's going to newt you as soon as possible. I do have to turn the resistance module off for a little while. These last couple probably get a little bit more damage on me than they should. So it's been a little bit of a battle here. You can see how much shield I've now got left. I've never been quite worried about dying in this room because I could see the rate the DPS was coming in from. But when they got closer to me at the end there, the DPS, even from the last 2 cruisers, did ramp up quite considerably. And as you can see, I'm still taking damage off this guy. And I'm overheating just to get the job finished off. So he's done. And now we have the decision to make. We've got just under half a timer left. And we've got no shield. So the more time we spend in this room, the more shield we're going to have. But the less time we're going to have left on the timer. And we've no idea what the spawn is going to be. And this is one of the reasons I love mucking about in the Abyss. So I appreciate that, as I've said, for the run of the mill, just getting the sights and getting the loot, you want to stick to the one that's going to favour your ship the most, no doubt. If you want a bit of a laugh, come into the ones that are a little bit more of a challenge. And if you want to be a bit stupid like me, come in with a bit of a janky fit. And see what happens. It's really great to nearly die and not. It's one of the best feelings you're going to get in EVE, I promise you. And if you never get into the situation where you're nearly going to die, you're never going to get that feeling. I'm just chilling out here. Some beautiful screenshots. I love these environments. I say it so often. I'm looking forward to getting into doing a bit of the cruiser PvP on those filaments. That's going to be fun. The fact that the fits are so restricted make it just a laugh. And when it's all against all, as I found out in the Destroyer one, you know, you can just have a laugh. You can relax because who targets who at the beginning is quite decisive. Obviously, your play is very relevant to it. But at the same time, you can always just, you know, it's something to chill out. The 2v2, you've got the pressure of not letting your wingman down. Free-for-all is just you and mucking about. Anyway, I'm going to sit here. No, I'm not going to sit here any longer. I think half shield is as much as we're going to need. Fingers crossed, eh? In we go. Right. And what have we got here? We have got 7 cruisers, 2 of which the entanglers will try to web us. So I'm going to primary them. We don't want to get super slowed down with all these other guys, 5 other guys coming in to apply DPS all over us. So yeah, we'll go for those guys first. We've got 1.5 drones left. We're going to put them out into the fight, why not? We'll keep a little bit of an eye on them. They've done really well actually, the drones. They're a little bit of extra DPS. So why not use it? So do any of you guys come into the Abyss just for a bit of a laugh, a bit of a warm-up, maybe play the sites that do demand that you stretch yourself and your ship a little bit before you maybe go into more hostile and more dangerous places where you're more likely to have your skills and your fit pushed to its limits? I don't know. Anyway, if I keep these guys at range, then I'm pretty well off. They're not applying much DPS to me at all. It's when they get within about 14 kilometers, the damage starts piling up. It leaves me trying to decide really on one of the reloads whether to load up Rage, kill them a bit quicker but take more DPS. And I prefer, again, in this instance anyway, I'm burning away. I'm overheating the launchers a little bit. I've got a bit of a launcher left to burn. I need to kill these guys before the timer runs out. Basically, it is as simple as that. The drones are holding on. I now want to stay over here by the gate. I've still got one cruiser to target, so I'm going to get him targeted up now. But now there's only a couple of them left. To be honest, I should have reloaded to Rage now. The incoming DPS is manageable, and I would have killed them a little bit quicker. Because I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to stay here so I can get out of the gate as quickly as possible. But first there's loot to grab. And that comes to about 10 million, thank you very much indeed. Right, we've still got to kill this guy though before we can leave. And we've got 1 minute 20 seconds left on the clock. So now I have to make sure I don't burn out my launchers, because that would be a catastrophe. He's dead. The drones, mates, well done. I shall make your medals, for sure. We've made about 10 million, so that's pretty cool. That was quite an exciting little run. And oh my god, I forgot to get the guys. boys, are you in? No, come. Quickly. Oh. Well, they knew what they signed up for. Sorry lads, we'll tell stories about you for a very, very long time. Anyway guys, that run is done. We didn't burn anything out, we survived, we cut it a little bit close, but we got 10 million out of it, and it was fun. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Leave us a like if you have, if you found this at all useful. Any comments, suggestions, again, tell me, do you like just coming in to mess about? What fits do you like to come and have a laugh in? And subscribe if you want to stay in touch. Click that notification bell if you want to know when the next video is coming out. Otherwise you won't be up to date. We're going to try, in fact, right on cue there, we're going to try some of the cruiser PvP filaments for sure. That looks like it can just be a nice bit of laugh. And we'll be back very soon. But for now, remember, even is believing. Fly brave, take care of yourselves and each other, and goodbye.